are the reason immigrants can come to America. 154 Africa. Alright, so we got the comedian Godfrey speaking on the immigration and black Americans, immigrants and black Americans. So let's hear what we got to say.
The Civil Rights Bill is the reason why our parents got to come over here. 1964, Lyndon Baines Johnson, who was one of the most racist son of a bitches on the planet, had to sign that civil rights. But you know, Martin Luther King is sitting right next to him.
Right. Yeah.
So that is the reason why Koreans can come here. Koreans, Indians, Arabs, Nigerians. It's because of the Civil Rights Bill. It's because of African Americans, foundational black, coming in here, busting their ass, being treated like shit, being hung, lynched, Jim Crow. From slavery was Jim Crow, segregation, Reconstruction, being promised that they were going to get this, fighting every war. They've been, black people fought in every single war and still being disrespected, not being able to buy homes. You understand? Burning up of black towns. And people go, well, why ain't they? They saw opportunities. There were black Wall Streets. There were black banks, black hospitals, and they came and burned it.
Black excellence.
Well, thank you, brother, for bringing that up. And it's crazy to me that we still allow disrespect to a certain degree. Things are changing, and I see it and feel it, and I think everybody else does too. But it brings me to the fact that we should definitely be more, you know, to ourselves. And I feel like opening up the doors for other people to come in, it was just opening the door for more groups of people to disrespect us, and not, and we were focusing on other people validation instead of worrying about our own, right? The brother Philip Scott, he said something about that. Matter of fact, I want to drop it right here before we get into it again. Shout out to the brother Godfrey, and shout out to the brother Philip Scott.
You shouldn't be in them. But don't ever take disrespect from people that immigrated to this country, and they could not done it until we laid the groundwork. Okay? The Hart-Celler Act, the one that allowed them to come here, come off of our backs after the Civil Rights Movement. They wouldn't let they behind come over here. All they wanted with people was from Europeans to show up here. They did not want no Asian. They didn't want no Arab. They didn't want no African, Caribbean. They didn't want no East Indian. They didn't want any of that. And if you look at the immigration numbers, right after the Hart-Celler Act was signed, that's when you've seen a big increase of all these different groups coming to America. Okay? That's like if we look back in time, we can say, what's one of the mistakes we made was that right there. That's one of the mistakes we made supporting that immigration stuff. And people like Frederick Douglass had warned about that a long time ago. People talk about, Dr. Claude Anderson warning about it, and he did, but Frederick Douglass talked about it. Say, hey, wait a minute, hold on. We got all that bringing people here stuff. What's going to happen with us? Because these people aren't coming in, like Dr. Anderson said, these people aren't coming here to be our friend. They're coming to compete with you. They're coming here to get jobs and undercutting everything else that got going on. We look at right now the crimes they're committing. Look at the 2 National Guard people that died. At least one lady died in the attack in D.C.
All right, so y'all heard Philip, and let's get back to Godfrey.
They black excellence. They came and burned it because a white woman said somebody raped them, and they never did because a white woman lied. So this whole myth of African Americans not seeing opportunity, they did see opportunity, but you imagine, just like colonization in Africa, but imagine everywhere you go, someone is running you out of town, someone's trying to kill your son from going to school. So it's African Americans see opportunities, but the way the ghettos, first of all, you know where the word ghetto comes from, right? It's an Italian word.
Okay.
And there was the island of Ghetto in Venice where they kept Jewish people. That's where ghetto comes from.
Yeah, I knew it was from the Jewish sector. That's not originally a darker pigmented thing. That was originally from the Jews. All right, and then also the word slave, although it's attached to darker pigmented people now, I believe it comes from the Slavic, originally from the Slav. I don't know. I think it's Slavic or something like that though. Lighter pigmented people.
They kept Jews on the island of Ghetto in Venice, kept them there like a ghetto, and then it transferred over to America because everybody was in the ghettos at one time.
Right.
Italians, Irish, and every black person wasn't a slave. There were black people that were here in America already. They're already here. They were not. I know some black people that are like, I'm not a descendant of slaves. We were already here. You know that black people were already here. Black people already traveled. Yeah. Like.
Yes, I have a few people who definitely claim that, and I definitely believe it. No matter if you know, you want to say they're Africans, or you want to say some people are Native Americans and things like that. At the end of the day, it was dark and brown people here first, before so-called the lighter pigmented people discovered it. It was already dark pigmented people here.
This what?
Yeah.
All over the world. We were already. Our black presence is everywhere.
Yeah.
Mexico, go to Mexico. You see black. Oaxaca, Mexico. 200,000 Africans. There's black Mexicans in Oaxaca. There's Oaxaca restaurants in LA. Oaxaca, Mexico. Black Mexicans. And Mexicans actually helped slaves, black slaves back in the day in the 1800s. They helped slaves. That's why when you see Mexicans and blacks clash and go, you don't know your history. They don't know the history.
And if you remove
Mayate, what? Do you know the history of us? You helped black slaves back in the day, but they make sure they shut all that shit down so they don't. So this doesn't happen.
Keep all that fighting.
Yeah, they do that, and they do it very well. Just look at the continent of Africa, then you look at the country of the United States of America. Why isn't Africa just a big country with states in it, right? They divided it so much. They said, no, this is a continent, and then these are countries, right? And just to keep you more divided, right? And they carved it up all how they wanted to too. That's another thing too. That's why I don't take to these labels. I wish I could change all these labels and be as diligent as they were into creating these things, right? Like, it wasn't called America before them. It wasn't called Africa before them. We weren't called black before them, right? But they named everything, and as long as we use what they labeled us, we always gonna be under their control.
This happens, game over. With Asians, if they really like, yo, we are from Africa. Damn. Do you know? Watch this. Our connection to Japan is amazing. When I was in Tokyo, I'm walking past. I go, man. I noticed Japanese are similar to Nigerians. Their names. Fumi is a Japanese name.
Yeah.
Fumi is a Yoruba name.
Yeah, it is.
Same spelling. I said, what's going on? I walked past this store. It said Chukuwa. It spells like my name, except the M is missing. I go, what the hell? I said, I'm Chukua. Same spelling, exact spelling. I go, what the is going on? Then I was dating this Japanese girl once. She couldn't speak English that well, and she's teaching me Japanese, and she's doing the Japanese sound. There's the sound thing. Ba 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 bo bo, a ba be ba bo. Same as African languages. The same sound exercises. Same. Then I find out on YouTube, the Edo. The
Edos.
Edo is a town in Japan because of Nigerian, like some Nigerians, like samurai, came over there and established Edo
In
Japan.
In Japan, not in Africa.
Came over because they're black Japanese people.
That's very interesting. Way more connected than divided, but within how things are set up, you would never think that, and they'll make you believe that that's not true.
Yo, there's a connection to Nigerians and the Japanese, man. Telling you, it's crazy because Edo, my cousin's Edo.
Yeah, I played with some cats.
And EDO, that's a place in Japan because of Nigerian presence. It just came. I was like, yo. So where's the connection to all of us is bananas. It's just they try to erase everything.
Yeah.
Because there's black Japanese people. They have a whole black Japanese military. that from the early 1900s, all black, and they're Japanese. You go to the Philippines, the Negritos are black Filipinos. They got hair like us, the Negritos.
That's very interesting, and it's very beautiful to see the brother speaking about that. But if you guys want to finish watching that video, y'all can go to the brothers or the station or whatever they got going on over there at 154 Africa. Shout out to everybody, and we out. Oh, well, hold on. Shout out to the YMs the most. I'm sorry, no disrespect to my YMs. This is for y'all.